Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm cheating. This is my last St. Patrick's Day polish, and it is not a green, but it does have a prominent green shimmer shift. I feel like this will all make more sense when you see it, but also St. Patrick's Day colors are whatever I think it is, so I've just made an editorial decision. In my mind, themes are always just a bit porous. This is All My Life, I Have Been Selfish by Lacquer. This is a very dark polish, much darker than I thought it was going to be. Bee's Knees called this a dark purple polish, and I agree, it is in the warmer tones of purple. In a gradient, this would be found alongside an eggplant, but this is a bit lighter. It doesn't look like that here in the first coat, it's looking very red, but you'll see what I mean as extra coats get applied. The shimmer in the first coat is showing as green and nothing else, and the flakes are mostly red. This is yet another Black Friday polish. This is the original mystery that I saw that made me realize I wanted them, and as I kept seeing other polishes, I wanted those. Originally, I thought this might be a good goth Christmas polish, and I'm not going to rule that out. But you see less red in this overall than I thought would be the case. In the bottle, you can see a purple shift, and I initially didn't think much of it, but you absolutely see that on the nail. This is filmed prior to losing my thumb to the nail apocalypse, but after everything else had been rounded off. So my nail length is going to jump all over the place in the next few weeks because I'm catching up on older footage before they even broke. In the second coat, I could see arguing for this being a light eggplant in tone. Even in just the second coat, you can see how dark this is and how difficult it is to see that base color. This also has ghost flakes and a sibling unicorn piece shimmer that is green through blue and then into some indigo. Now, this is midway through the nail apocalypse. My nails are just a bit longer, but not by much. I had already rounded them, but my broken thumbnail occurred after this. When looking at the footage, if it feels like we're skipping all over the place in terms of the timeline, we absolutely are. I wore this polish on February 23rd, and I'm recording this voiceover on March 13th, so a lot has happened in between. I will get things back in order or up to date at some point. The third coat makes the polish very dark. So this is why I'm going to claim this for St. Patrick's Day. Think goth St. Patrick's. From this point, the shimmer really is the main element of this polish, and especially in this lighting, it is mainly green, and green does feature very highly in other lighting scenarios. Am I pushing the concept to ridiculousness? Absolutely. Am I going to do this next year? Yeah, I'm going to do this again. Every single holiday. In this lighting, it looks very opaque, but it is not. A lot of the look here is coming from the shimmer, and in bright light, you see right through that to more of the base. You will see that in a second when we get to the full hand shots. Oh, I can hear gooses. I hear honking from outside the window. Maybe it's spring now. Okay, we have made it into the sun. You can see that dark currant red base behind the forest green shimmer. In the direct sun, the flakes are looking pumpkin orange into scarlet. As I move over to the door on the left, the shimmer moves into a navy blue, and I'm going to say purple. I feel like I'm seeing some honest-to-goodness purple. That is not the base color. The flakes have changed over to a gold color. Those blues and purples are what really got me. How could you not love a polish that gave you that kind of shift? And you can see when I move over to the door that the polish looks more opaque because the shimmer is stronger there. Because the weather was really dreary when I wore this, I mostly saw this inside with cloudy conditions. So I was seeing blue and purple and a more opaque dark look. So I think of this as a very vampy sort of polish. It makes me wonder if I would have a very different impression of the polish if I had seen it more in the sun. In the sun and shade, I think we get more of a medium blue in the bright light directly next to the window. The flakes are orange into gold in that bright light. As I move over to the left into the shade, the shimmer turns to forest green and the flakes move into being orange and scarlet. The base looks like an eggplant to me in the brighter areas, but it is so dark in the shade as to be nearly indistinguishable from black. So I hope it's more obvious now why I'm thinking this might be a goth St. Patrick's Day. I don't think it's going to work as a goth Christmas polish, which was my original idea. I think I need to abandon that notion. It's just not screaming Christmas to me. Now we have to talk about the bad news. This thing stains like a son of a bitch. I am talking neon pink over your entire nail plate. I have worn 2 manicures since, and my nails are still pink. You will be seeing my staining in some upcoming videos. In the darkest scenario, the flakes are orange into gold initially, with green showing when I raise my fingers. This was the only scenario where I saw them as green. The base color is looking like eggplant, and the shimmer near the window is showing as navy blue into indigo. As I move over to the left and the artificial light, the shimmer is very understated there. I feel like I'm getting navy blue, but nothing else. And the flakes are mainly scarlet and orange with a flash of gold. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that I can begin my career in augury by watching the patterns of Canada geese returning in spring and predicting the future and the will of a bunch of petty gods. Please enjoy a clip of my squirrel coming over the top of the drifting trenches in her own snowy World War I reenactment.